Attention passengers, this is your conductor speaking. We are about to arrive at the hesitation station. Please mind your step as you enter the station.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hesitation Station podcast. I am Jay, along with my co-host right here, Mr. Tank. How's it going,
Oh my
buddy?
God, you got the direction right.
I almost did this way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, wait a minute, reverse, bam.
How?
How has your week been going, man?
Dude, it's Monday, man. It just started.
See, they don't know
Can
that
it be the
because
weekend already?
they don't know that because it's. We're gonna talk about urban legends again, but this time, ladies and gentlemen, we have help. I would like to introduce the Humbl3 Show. And we have worked with them numerous times, and they are awesome. And we just decided to get them on the show. So bring them on in. Oh, hello.
Well, hi.
Hola.
We disrupted Brandon reading something, I think.
What were you reading, Brandon?
Recipe.
Adult rated content.
You better share it with the class.
Yeah, all right.
What was it? Was it Batman issue number 99?
No, it was let's see. It's actually really good. This is Screen Doors and Sweet Tea, Recipes and Tales from a Southern Cook.
Oh.
I need
All
you
right.
to find me some real country ass desserts.
Oh, you got it. You talking about catfish Oreo pie?
Oh yeah, baby.
That's fine. I'll drink to that.
Look,
Are you a cook?
Oreo? What the hell?
Brandon's always messing around with something in the
The way
kitchen.
that I make my catfish Oreo pie, I don't make it runny like they do over at Red Lobster. I make it perfect.
Yeah, Brandon is he is a good cook. He can make some dinner.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is everybody, just to let you guys know, everybody you see here is all going to Louisiana Comic Con. So if you see us there, ask Brandon for some food. There you go.
Yeah,
That's right.
Got it.
Brandon,
The voice of the con.
did you make king
It's
cake
also
last
the
year
caterer.
for Louisiana Comic Con, or was it?
I did make a king cake for an event last year, and I should probably I might do that again. I don't know.
Make it? Did you make it like from? I know it's gonna sound stupid, but did you make it from scratch?
Yeah. So here's the thing about king cake that I know that whenever people buy a piece of food that is prepared ahead of time, they buy it for the convenience, but people will tell me that oh yeah, I bought this king cake from blah blah blah. I got it for a steal. It was $40 and that was it. Like, you're a dumb fuck. Because king cake cost about $2 to make. It is real easy. It's real. It's to the point where I think that as far as a baked confectionery dish, it's easy enough for anybody to do.
It's just finding those babies to stick in there.
That is true. I don't know where to find those.
Yeah,
that was
you
a
can't just
perfect.
use any baby.
That was perfect for a segue. But speaking of babies, today we are talking about black-eyed babies, to be exact.
Black-eyed babies.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just heard about this a couple of days ago. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the YouTuber Wendigoon, but he's covering a what is it called? A cryptid iceberg, and that was one of the entries in his most recent entry.
I think black-eyed kids are fascinating. I still don't know if it's more of a
a myth,
Slender Man kind of situation, but
yeah. I think it's just a case of Wes Borland getting a hold of them kids.
That's it.
Yeah, Monkey Boy puts those contacts in, and then you never know which way he's going to go with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, because you're talking about like weird looking children, I guess, as a father, children just look weird sometimes. But yeah, with like weird blacked out eyes, and they knock on your door, and they
Yeah.
ask you for something, ask you for help with their creepy little child voices, and then maybe they're there when you get to the door, maybe they're not, whatever. I don't know. That could also just easily be a game of ding door ditch. To that.
Ding door ditch.
Yeah.
Ding door ditch. Ding
Yeah,
dang ditch.
not that anyone here ever did that, right?
Was
No,
Ding Dang
no,
Black-Eyed
totally
Kids.
not that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think I
totally
maybe
didn't
did
do
that like once, and I was like, all right, I'm done. That's I've gotten the thrill. I don't need
Enough
to do
adrenaline. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did that
I'm
once.
quitting on the top.
I did that once, and I lived in like a small, like little neighborhood. Everybody
Yeah.
knew everybody. So
Yeah.
when I did it, my neighbor immediately knew it was me and came to my house and told my mom. So I was
Of
like,
course.
well, that sucked. So basically, these
Same.
kids, from what you told us in the message, Moon, you said that these kids ask for rides, and like
Yeah,
Grant
man.
said, they come to your house. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't
just
tell which
wanna
way
be
my
let
hair is
in.
parted because of the way of the thing. But no, they will basically everything that I've ever heard or read was that they basically just you get like an overwhelming feeling of dread around them. And there's usually like more than one. There's usually like at least, two. And there's the spokesperson, and there's usually somebody that's real quiet. But no, I've heard about them asking for rides and just being insistent, like, come on, mister, take me to
Yeah.
your house. Let me in your house.
It's like,
Yeah.
homie, this is the year of our Lord 2024. We don't.
No,
We're
Yeah.
not
Have
trying
we
to
heard
get
of any
canceled,
accounts
homie.
of anyone actually
Yeah.
giving them a ride? I mean, has that ever been a
thing.
thing?
Everything I've never heard a survivor story.
That's true. Maybe we just haven't, all the ones who did it didn't live to tell the tale.
Yeah, they got freaked out and were like, you know what? I know this is a child, but they're gonna need to just find another ride.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
sir.
ain't the one. But I haven't heard any survivor stories. So that might be something interesting to look into.
And it's
Yeah.
weird because we've heard like Survivor, since we're talking about urban legends, we've heard Survivor stories on like Slender Man, Wendigo, Skinwalkers, all that other stuff.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra. Didn't they prove that he was real?
It was
I
just
don't
a
know.
really ugly chihuahua.
Yeah.
Like over the years, like there's
It's just
always
a
like
really
some sort
rough
of,
looking dog.
It's Miss
Pseudo-
Mabel's dog next door.
What were you saying, Brandon? You had a thought.
I mean,
Sorry,
every
man.
few years, like there's this sort of like pseudo corpse that will like pop up, much like the Mexican alien from earlier this year that they determined they're like, this is just like parts of different things put together. Who
Yeah.
did this? You'll see pictures every once in a while. They'll look pretty convincing, and then it turns out, once again, it's just like parts of different animals
We
like
lost Brandon.
put together.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite ones is the it's not really an ongoing urban legend. It's like one account, but it's the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, which is the thing that the movie series Critters is based on, about
I love
the
that movie.
folks in rural Kentucky that just saw these aliens, and evidently they had this like standoff with these little alien creatures in their farmhouse or something like that, and they were shooting up the place all night. Could have just been LSD, easily. You never know what happens out there in rural Kentucky.
I really like
dude,
Critters.
yeah.
But yeah, I like the Critters movies too. But yeah, that's what they based that movie on, I do believe.
What Tank, what was that show you were watching about them Cajun guys shooting and firing and looking for that certain thing?
Well, they
What
look
was
for
it?
the Rougarou?
They are not Cajuns, good sir.
Rougarou, yeah.
No. Oh wait, you talking about that one? Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
the Rougarou.
Swamp Monster.
They have a Rougarou festival in Louisiana in the summer.
They do, yeah.
I mean, has
Missed
anyone ever
one.
seen that? Has anyone
I
ever
mean,
seen the
it's a
Rougarou?
werewolf, right?
I've never heard of anyone who's seen it. I think that's a real deep. I think it's a real deep like Catholic thing. I think it's in like the Bayou Catholic community, that's where the Rougarou originates. And I'm not Catholic.
Down there in the Bayou Catholic community.
Yeah, for real. It's a
You
real
know
thing.
who would be great to ask about that?
Who's that?
Danny
Danny
Flamingo.
Danny Flamingo, the
Oh,
wrestler
yeah.
from Wildcat Sports and Entertainment. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I'll have to shoot him a message and we'll find out.
Y'all
Yeah.
guys are
Luke Hawks, Luke Hawks, the owner of Wildcat, wrestler and actor, once played the Rougarou on like an urban legend show one time.
Oh, whoa.
There's
Know
like
that.
some show
He
where
might
they're
be
like,
the one to ask.
having like people talk about things that they've seen or encountered or whatever, kind of thing. And in like the little intercut scenes, he played the Rougarou out there in the woods.
Yeah.
It just baffles
it's out
me
there.
that if you watch the show, they come up with the wildest contraptions to catch something that they don't even know is out there. Like when I was watching it with Tank, they made a whole mine, like an actual mine, out of PVC pipe, and I'm like, wait a minute,
the salt
Yeah.
mine.
the salt.
Like, it would trip it, and salt would just explode in its face.
Okay. And then what happens when the salt goes off?
They were gonna come at it with guns.
Okay.
Apparently, the salt is its weakness or something.
Oh, okay. Okay,
They
that
were
I did not know,
gonna
but it
come
makes
out and
sense.
catch it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like a purifying.
I watched another one. It's called Mountain Monsters. I'm waiting on the new season to come out. It's some backwoods redneck people from the Appalachian Mountains, and oh my god, it is the most entertaining show that I've ever watched.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, drop the link in the comments.
Yeah, there's some
Hey,
there's folks still out there, deep in Appalachia that are, they don't have running water, they don't have electricity, and they're not going to do anything different to change that. And,
Hey, look, man, there's people in Neshoba County that's like a third world country.
yeah,
No, you think of bullshit.
and if you try to approach them, as if like, whatever, they're not gonna let you hang around. So
Yeah.
that's true. That actually is real life. That's not an urban legend.
Yeah, no, they're the Appalachian though. Like they've got all kind of like fun stories. Like you don't go outside, don't whistle outside at night. And like if you hear somebody say your name, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
What sort of like activity did what year were people just really whistling outside at night in Appalachia?
Calling the
someone
dog.
was like, huh?
Calling the dog. You got an outside dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you go outside and you're like whistling for the dog. I guess
In my mind, it was just like, hey, what's a real catchy ditty? That Andy Griffith's theme song. I'm gonna go ahead and whip that shit out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. You start whistling "Cliffs of Dover," and then they're like, "No, we don't do that song around here. That's
not around here.
I'll mess with my wife and I'll whistle inside, or if we're outside at night, I'll start to whistle and she just starts griping at me like, "Don't fucking do that."
Yeah,
Very easy
yeah.
to scare.
You gotta wake them up, man. Look, if we did My Hero Con in Fort Walton Beach last year. And we discovered that there's a local lore out there that there's some ghost wolves that show up on the water. They show up on the third Wednesday of the month at midnight specifically. They're very punctual ghost wolves. It's a pack of ghost wolves.
Do they like got a
That's
calendar and they're like, you know
I
what?
don't-
This is the day we're gonna make our appearance.
Yeah. I don't know how they figured that out or what, but that's what all the lore says. Is the third Wednesday of the month.
In retrospect, that sounds like the plot to a trauma film. It had to have come from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
Sorry, I
like,
muted myself.
They don't do this, guys.
He does
They
that
don't-
all the time.
They don't be like, let me see, third weekend of this month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever think they get busy and they look at their watch and they're like, "Oh shit, we're gonna be late," and they hurry up.
Oh, look at the time.
Yeah.
Got to get on them jet
You just
skis.
get to the wrong part and you see the ghost wolves just getting dressed. Ready to
That's
go.
got to be it. Well, I think Moonbeam, you have told me about your love of the Mothman
Mothman is cool.
before.
Did
haven't you?
I? I don't think.
I
I
feel
don't
like
think.
that.
I don't think.
You don't
I
care
have
for the
that.
Mothman? The Mothman.
I don't think that. I don't think that was me.
Really.
No.
Isn't that
I don't-
more of like a like a New England thing.
Yeah,
It
that's
is, yeah.
like that's those
Yeah, up in
northern
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Well, see, I
Pennsylvania,
thought
yeah.
because we had several people that had Mothman merch at the Preserve Halloween Fest.
Oh
one
no,
year.
no! Look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I like the look of Mothman,
Right.
but as far as like following the lore, I could give two shits. I like Sack Annie,
yeah.
Raw Head, Bloody Bones.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we've
And
talked
Black
about that
Panther.
over on the Humble Show, but I
Yeah.
don't know if Jay and Tank know too much about either.
I
of
don't
those.
know any
Yeah,
of
well,
them.
just
Let me start this off by saying I love all spooky scary stories. So
Yeah, okay.
Feel free to ingrain in my DNA.
Yeah.
what did he
Which one?
say?
Which one do you want to start with? Sack Annie or Rawhead Bloody Bones, Moonbeam?
Oh well, we could I could just do it all in about a 20-second spiel.
I bet you could.
Okay.
Sack Annie is a haint that puts bad kids in her sack, and Rawhead Bloody Bones is just a booger that will put you in the skillet. So Sack Annie puts you in the sack, Rawhead Bloody Bones puts you in the skillet. But Black Panther, if you're crying, the Black Panther will think you're one of her cubs and go get you and take you away.
Wow. Marvel is really stepping up their
Wakanda
game.
forever.
Yeah. I think the Black Panther is the most like believable one out of all of them. Like, surely there could be a Black Panther out there in those woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't even sound like a cryptid. That just
Yeah,
sounds like a
it's like-
panther.
no, there's just a panther.
Black
out there.
Panther. No, she's not a cryptid, but and neither is Sack Annie. She's just an old haint.
Right.
Yeah.
She's just a
Annie
mean old
sounds
lady.
like Krampus.
That's
Yeah,
what I was about
yeah.
to say.
Yeah, she probably is a lot like Krampus, but yeah, she's a favorite here around Calico parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Krampus is my favorite part about Christmas.
yeah. You know, like Belschnickel.
Is Belschnickel a real thing, or was that just on The Office?
I have no idea.
Probably based upon
I
something.
mean, I feel like it's got to be real.
I think Black Peter, I think is what it's or something like that. Anyway,
I
don't
can't
know.
tell
Maybe
which
not.
way this hair is.
Which is all kind of Krampusy in some way, shape, or another.
I have,
So I'm gonna ask all three of you guys this. And since Moon is this way, I'm sorry, I got the directions wrong again.
Yeah.
Since Moon is this way, I'm gonna start off with her. So Moon,
Yeah.
this just goes for all y'all guys. Out of everything, all urban legends and everything, what is one that you full-heartedly believe in?
Wholeheartedly?
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly,
I don't know.
whatever.
Moonbeam, you go ahead and take that. I don't know.
Dogman.
Dogman.
Yeah.
I know of that one.
Man,
Yeah.
bear, pig. No, I'm just kidding.
I really I think Dogman is I think the Dogman's probably the realest.
Yeah.
For me, it's Slender Man. I know that's cliche, but
Okay. Yeah.
The proof, there's proof, there's survivors. I mean, that's all I gotta say on that.
yeah, that one girl who was stabbed survived.
Yeah, she's like a Slender Man made me do it, and I was like, well, I mean,
true.
that's a little
know,
Well, all right, you're off the
Yeah.
hook.
yeah.
Brandon, do you have one or no?
Do what?
Do you have one?
Me?
Yeah.
So let me level with you guys. Every bit of childlike wonder in this world has died within me. But
Damn.
there is a cryptid that I learned of a few days ago that I can't help but love, and that is the squonk. The squonk, for those who are uninitiated, basically its thing is that it is heinously ugly, and he knows it. He knows it, and he's constantly weeping at all times. He is a cryptid who is nonviolent, and it is said that if one attempts to catch a squonk in a sack and like bring it to someone, like look what I found. Oh, this thing's fucking ugly. They open it and it's a bag of tears. That's it.
Oh,
It just evaporates.
Sad,
It just
bro.
melts down into tears. Wow.
poor little guy.
Yeah, so in the like cryptid community, it's kind of like very benevolently loved. Because I mean,
Yeah.
who couldn't love, the ugliest creature in the world? I mean, honestly. But so it's not one that I believe in. Because once again, all childlike wonder has left me years ago, and but it's one that I love.
I find yourself saying that. I think you're justifying yourself. The reason why is because you say your childlike wonder is all gone. Yeah, you work at cons.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
That is out
yeah,
of
Got to
obligation.
nurture that inner child some way, right?
yeah, you have to have some kind of child, man.
I
Yeah.
do that with
I
my kids.
do. The one thing I'd say that I keep from my childhood that I still have a childlike appreciation of is ices. And I'm not talking
yeah.
about slushes. I'm not talking about knockoff ices that you get and like it looks like an icy, but then you get it to the counter and like a third of it has gone down somehow.
You talk about
That's
ices.
bullshit.
He's
I
talking about
want the
polar bear
OG,
ice.
no nonsense icy because everything else is nonsense.
There's only
But
one icy.
put an icy in my hand, not without a cup. Like put the cup in my hand,
Just
Right.
just like feeding like a dog. But put the icy in my hand, and I'm having a good old day.
Yeah. I'm sort of kind of along the same lines of Brandon, I guess. 'Cause I am not
Whatever.
I'm not a believer in the supernatural, but I consider myself an open-minded skeptic, right? I've yet to see any evidence of anything, but I reserve the right to change my mind if I'm given some, you know what I mean? So like, I'm not going to say that it's all bullshit, but I'm just saying I've yet to see anything. But the one that kind of comes up from time to time, and it's one of those ones out of that scary stories to tell in the dark or whatever one, is the story of the spider bite, wherein the spider
Yeah.
lays the eggs
yeah.
in the bite, and then they hatch out of the girl's face. That seems plausible. That seems like it could have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like
I
it could
think
have
that
happened on
probably did
multiple occasions. What's that?
I think that did happen.
I'm positive. Like, there's got to be a record of it somewhere out there.
I'm sure it happens like several times. I mean, that old statistic that humans swallow 12 spiders a year, right?
That's made up, actually.
In their sleep. They
No,
I mean, they say that
47
it's
spiders.
leaning more towards 14, but there's so many spiders that
I believe that actually was made up by a professor that was doing a social experiment to see how fast a false fact could spread.
And if it's fun enough, it will absolutely spread.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the sky whale phenomenon?
Ooh, tell me about the sky
Never
whale.
heard of it.
Oh, you guys are gonna have to look that up on your own time.
Is that a deep well? Is it a deep sky well?
It's a deep one.
Yeah.
It's a deep sky whale.
Now, when you say well, do you mean like the animal or the thing where you get water from?
You dig a well. Like
Let
a
me
sky well.
Wikipedia it for you
Okay.
guys. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
It's
while I-
just
Look,
called
we
the sky
we
whale?
did get on the topic of movies, and I said there's no urban legends around the life of Brian, but I did, for the first time ever, show my daughter like a week ago. I just showed her the Wizard of Oz for the first time.
Yeah.
And there are urban legends around the Wizard of Oz.
But the thing is, like the real things that happen in that movie are so much more horrifying than other than maybe the little
that's true.
Like,
people getting set on fire and poisoned by their paint and things like that.
Yeah, and like the snow was fiberglass. Was it fiber? No. It was asbestos.
I think Tank said it.
And they just
And that one munchkin that hung himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's like the legend is that someone hung themselves in the background of the
I think
munchkin.
that got debunked.
Yeah,
I think maybe it did. Perhaps it did, but that's what I'm saying. That was a thing that was like when I was a kid. That was a very real thing.
See, like I distinctly remember like going like whenever I was like 12 years old, going to ebombsworld.com and it was like, hey, look at this clip, and you can totally. I looked at that clip. I mean, given there were like 7 pixels in the entire video frame, but like I saw that over and over and over, and I wanted to be like one of those like, oh yep, I totally saw it too. I never could see what people were talking about.
Yeah, that's true. Moonbeam, did you find it?
The sky whale phenomena was an incident that occurred in the late 1970s when a ballistic missile was mysteriously turned into a whale mid-flight. Large whale mid-flight.
So did it like...
That's some Hitchhiker's
Animal
Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, so you're saying whale?
Whale.
Whale.
A
like the
whale,
animal.
like
Okay, okay.
Like the white
whale,
whale.
Like,
Yeah.
like
like
an animal.
whale.
Okay,
shit.
okay.
Arr, she blow.
Well, now I don't know.
Like
No,
Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Huh.
So what are the theories around? Are there any theories? There's got to be some.
I don't know. I was asking you guys.
I mean,
You
maybe
had
a
to
missile.
inform us. Did you think that was going to jog something in our memories?
Maybe a
I don't know
missile
crap
shot
about
out of the ocean and had a whale attached to it. I don't.
What do you
Maybe.
guys think about
As horrible as
chemtrails?
that would be funny as hell.
What do we think about what now?
Missile.
Chemtrails? You know, when you're like,
Oh, that's
so-
got to be real. But that's more conspiracy theory than urban legend.
they're definitely real. They're all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
It's not.
But what are they?
You don't think so, Brandon?
It's vapor trails.
Well, same. Yeah. What's in the vapor, right?
It's
I mean,
like,
there are vapor trails as well. Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Those are less, less of a thing. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Tank, I don't know. Did you weigh in? Did you have one that you
no,
happen
yeah,
to
we didn't hear
believe
what you're into.
I am a big fan of the Wendigo.
in?
And,
Of
Oh,
what?
yeah. Okay.
Of the Wendigo?
yeah, and big.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They
the
haven't made a
Wendigo
real
is-
good Wendigo movie yet.
No.
They're
A great
They're Hollywood.
villain for Wolverine in the Marvel comics, though. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun for me.
You know, we had Lyle Blackburn that wrote all those cryptid books. He's a lead singer of that band Ghoul Town, but
Yeah.
he's also an author. He's real cool.
He makes
He's on all the Sasquatch documentaries and things like that. But he said, somebody asked him what would be the most believable cryptid, and he said he wasn't going to go on the permanent record saying what he believes, but he said if anything is true, it is Bigfoot.
So
I can feel that.
it's really interesting with Bigfoot somewhat, but oh my god, giants.
Yes.
I
What
love
would be
giants.
what are the biblical giants?
Goliath,
The
the
no,
Nephilim.
Nephilim, yeah.
Yeah.
So whether it be
Yeah.
that or just like any sort of like modern interpretation, there are so many conspiracy theories that are tied together by either Bigfoot or giants. Like, what's the theory about like the center of the earth being hollow?
Hollow Earth theory.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's a hollow Earth theory.
Earth theory.
Yeah, but like there's a name for it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
But they're like, oh yeah, and giants and Bigfoot. They pop up every once in a while. Like, hey, it's me. What's up? And they go back down, and that's it for.
And they live underground, huh? That's the
Yeah. Because like there's a theory that
Land of wondrous cold.
Huh?
Oh.
It's the land of wondrous cold, also known as the Hollow Earth theory.
There's a I keep wanting to say Alagok, but that is the name of a band.
Maybe they took their name from the theory. I mean, I don't know.
Let's see.
Never know.
Could have been.
Agartha.
Agartha, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, people like giants are tied into Agartha, and then parallel universe theory, like giants and Bigfoot are just like transferring planes of dimension, at will, because that's the only explanation that will explain why Bigfoot.
Well,
People can't be that
it's
tall.
funny. It's funny that you bring that up because here lately, over the past like 2, maybe 3 months, there's been all kinds of stuff floating around like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all that about people seeing giants across mountains. Or there's I saw it on TikTok like 2 weeks ago. There's a spot, I want to say it's in Oregon. I could be wrong. It could be Washington or somewhere else, but it's up in, I think, the Pacific Northwest. This dude was hiking and saw what he thought was a door closed, And then, he came back, took a drone up, and going up the side of the mountain, there's a big, like 12 to 15-foot door with a slot to look through on it.
Huh.
Like, it looks like a door.
Well, look, we talked about, folks out there in deep Appalachia. There might be, mountain ranges up in the Northwest as well, where there's just folks just living out there, and they could be very large people that live out there. Yeah.
So,
hey, man.
So let me be a Disney villain for just half a second. If I'm going to need to see a Bigfoot corpse, not me personally, but like I need people that are smarter than me taking it apart, saying, "Yeah, it's a Bigfoot." Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when you said you were going to be a Disney villain, I thought you were going to break out in the song.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, and then we'll need you to sing that.
Yeah, no.
Now I'm a little upset and I'm a little let down, Brandon. I don't know.
No.
More unfortunate for us.
There's a guy already on TikTok that his name is Sam, and he says that he has a Bigfoot in his freezer that his grandfather killed and has been keeping it in his freezer for over 40 years.
Dude, shit, he's got to start eating all
I think he's got a fucking walk-in freezer.
Yeah. And I mean, like the Bigfoot is all cut up, so he like showed the arm, he showed the foot, he showed the face. It's all there. And like I don't know, like anybody could. I'm sure somebody could make it, but I mean, he like dissected the thing, showing everybody it had vital organs, showing everybody it had legs, bones, and I mean, like if this dude is a maker of like masquerade shit or something, he's very convincing.
Yeah. You gotta turn just a small piece of that over at him. Let him do the DNA analysis or whatever. If it's still viable. I don't know if it's been frozen for 40 years how that works, but hopefully they have a generator. I don't know if they ever had a hurricane or a power outage or something like that wherever he is, but maybe not. Maybe he's not in that spot. Where did he say he was?
I think he said he was in Washington.
I was gonna say that's probably Northwest. Yeah, up in the Northwest, they don't really have that issue like we have quite so much here. So, possible, but someone's got to. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Got to give somebody a piece of that. Give somebody a piece of that foot. Let them have a toe. Take that away. See what happens. I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. What's another one too I thought of as well while we're talking though, urban legend-y as well, that I think is plausible too, is the one of the guy who wakes up without a kidney. I think that could happen.
That's definitely happened.
If they wake up without a kidney, I mean, I think you got to be careful. Who you trust when you're traveling around out there.
Yeah.
What's that?
In a tub full of ice.
Yeah. You wake up in a bathtub full of ice and like, oh, by the way, you're gonna want to see a doctor. Now. Yeah.
I'll tell you what's probably on the lowest rung of the urban legends, and I don't even think that this is real. But here's the thing about me: I watch a lot of very soft, very like rom-commy slice of life anime, and let me tell you. The urban legends that are like in the schools in those, it's like, let me tell you, if you put this charm on your cellular telephone before 3 p.m. on the first day of school, let me tell you, your crush is gonna reveal his feelings to you. Like that's what governs that? Who started that? Who realized that was going to work, and has that ever worked?
I don't think so.
There's so much weird stories dealing with schools and anime, like you got the one, don't go to the third floor to the third stall in the women's bathroom and knock on it at night. Don't go to the last stall because then there's not going to be any toilet paper, and old girl's going to come out with red toilet paper and blue toilet paper and make you pick. Like,
you have to choose wisely, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Like if you choose the red one, she like slits your mouth wide open. If you choose the blue one, then she chokes you to death with it.
Oh,
choke you with toilet paper? Bring it on.
The red one. They call the red one a Chelsea grin, I believe, is what the term for that is. What? So that's a good one. I mean, what did y'all have any? Like, I can't think of any around mine. Y'all have any around like your schools?
I'll just go ahead and say, like our bathrooms were so absolutely deplorable in high school that just nobody went to them. I don't know if there was
I don't know where
if
we
there
went.
was a scary story, but let me tell you, like looking in them, it's just like none of the stalls had doors. You know, like the urinal like handles, they were gone. So you just pissed and piss.
Yeah, Brandon. He didn't like the bathroom so much that he wrote a whole article about it.
I did.
Featured in our coffee shop
When you had a
newsletter.
Grindhouse newsletter, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
indeed.
You know, there's in Japan. I guess it's Japan. I think it is.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it. Maybe edit it out. But there's like a ghost ghoul Hank thingy that will lick your bathtub drain when you're done.
Heck yeah, that's what I want.
And
That's
then-
what I need.
Is that a
Yeah, it's a free cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have to pay for it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Like that's her thing.
There was
How are you gonna pay a ghost?
I believe there's an Unsolved Mysteries episode on the Netflix version of it where they talk about Japan after that tsunami they had about 10 years ago. They said that very, very sad and forlorn ghosts of folks who had died in that event were showing up at back at their houses or their families' homes or something like that.
Yeah.
So that is out there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of folks did report pretty similar stories, So there's a thing that's
that was sad. I heard that too.
Yeah.
That was super sad.
Mm-hmm.
And first off, sir, you can pay ghosts by spiritual coins. I don't know how you attain them, but they're there.
I think she's gonna be the one that's gonna need to pay, right? Since she's
that seems like a kink
Yeah.
that they would be in, that the ghost is into. Don't they pay you for that?
Yeah, but
Don't they pay you?
Maybe I think they like the movie Saltburn a lot, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably just don't watch Saltburn, to be honest with you.
there was some
I have
drain
this
leaking
bad
in
habit of
Saltburn.
doing things people tell me
I'm just glad there was no hair in that drain.
You don't know that for sure.
Well, there was none pictured
There was no hair
because I watched it with my eyes wide open.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't. I've seen some shit.
To the
we've all seen
the denizens of the hesitation station out there that have seen Saltburn, they know exactly what we're talking about, and those who haven't, just don't worry about it.
I still need to
not
read that
bad.
movie.
Well, see, now I'm worried about it. So
It's
now I
pretty
have to
sexy.
How about just
It's
Google
a
it?
sexy ass movie.
I'm not
I
worried
liked
about anything.
I liked it, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
You don't watch it. You don't want to watch it with your family. You're not going to watch it with your mom.
No.
Watch it with
Don't
my
watch-
family, like while eating dinner.
No, don't watch it with your family. You can
I don't
watch
watch
it with
nothing
your
with my family.
significant other.
Yeah.
Don't watch it with
Made
some
last
kids.
year.
Yeah, it's a recent movie.
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan is in it.
It's good for the kids.
Yeah, he plays Oliver Quick.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Quick.
It's pretty good.
Please, sir, may I have some more drain scum?
All right.
Yeah,
I do think
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
it's
the
just
one
not
that's
bad.
like it came up the most urban legendy for me growing up around my siblings and friends was Bloody Mary, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And none of us had ever really gone through with it, I think, all the way. So like we were all like of course there was always that one kid at school who said he had
Well, hey, look, I can tell you if there's proof. There's proof if he has.
yeah.
She's
Is he
not
dead?
there. Yeah.
No, his finger would be cut
Oh.
because
Is that
when
what
you
it
turn
is?
the light on, she cuts your finger every time.
Huh.
Listen, I
And
never
that's
did it because I'm saved. Okay,
Right.
We don't fool with none of that.
Yeah.
But
course.
look, these other heathens would do it at their house, and every time they'd come back with a big old cut on their finger.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah,
Don't know
you
what
can
that's
do that,
about.
though. You can just
So-
cut your finger. It's not that bad.
It's kind of funny. Like I guess I couldn't call it an urban legend, but whenever I was living in Missouri, I'm pretty sure my parents did a little thing called "Tell Me a Lie," and I'm not sure why they did it.
Okay.
So my parents told me that, and once again, it seemingly didn't do this to scare me, but to have fun. they said that there was a killer on the loose. I need to look back because it might have very well been the case.
Sounds like a riot.
But the term that this that the media gave this killer, I cannot say. He was I think a villain in a Mark Twain book. But just to put two and two together, you know what makes a car go? It's an engine, and what is short for Joseph?
Joe. So
yes. So you put those two words together, and that's what it is. But hey, you don't say that way because it's a slur,
right? Yeah.
They were saying that he was out and about killing people, and I think that they like had this ruse. Once again, if it was a ruse, I'm pretty sure it was. Which my parents were weird, so that's that excuse. But they were telling me like this guy was going around killing people, and I think they were like, "Hey, if you don't go to bed, that this car part Joe is going to be killing you tonight." Like, oh, okay, let me go to bed. And I think eventually, like the Lord died because they were like, "Oh yeah, our neighbor Miss Holly, she encountered him and she ran away and she called the cops, and now he's in jail." So I need to look up after this, like Missouri and then Car Park Joe, and see if that actually happened, or to see if my parents were even more messed up than I previously thought.
Sounds hilarious.
But what about the Mississippi Tickler?
The Mississippi
okay, I was going to bring that up, right?
Hold on, what?
Don't worry about it. He's in jail now.
If you look, listen, go to the Humbl Show YouTube, go through our shorts. It's somewhere down in our shorts because I know I cropped it out somewhere, or our Instagram. It's on there on our reels, where we talk about the Mississippi Tickler, which is I think it's an urban legend that we made up. I'm not sure.
The Mississippi Tickler.
It was an explanation of what one of us encountered.
Yeah, it was me just trying to explain some phenomenon that Brandon had experienced as a child. And I said, "Oh, well, clearly that was just the Mississippi Tickler. He just snuck into your room. He snuck into kids' rooms and tickled them at night when they were sleeping." But we're pretty sure he's in prison now. So it's fine.
So you've heard of him, yeah?
No. So I just Googled it, and it does come up, but it's an SCP. From the SCP Foundation.
The Mississippi Tickler is on the SCP Foundation?
He is.
Yeah, it's SCP-7011. Mississippi.
But he doesn't just go to Mississippi. He also includes the states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida.
See, this makes sense now because this was actually in Slidell, Louisiana.
I love the SCP Foundation.
That is insane.
His main target is people who experience sleep deprivation and extreme stress.
Well, Brandon, it all tracks.
Well, look, being 3 and 4 was very stressful, so that checks out.
Also, sailors and Marines that have been shipped out to sea have experienced fewer or numerous attacks.
This guy is real busy.
Calling them attacks. Attacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider it an attack. I mean, you're tickling somebody.
I can't believe we actually stumbled onto a thing that people are talking about for real. This is news to me. Now, I've also found on Urban Dictionary there's a Mississippi Tootsie Tickler, which is a particular type of act, which you're just going to have to Google that one yourself.
Yeah.
I have found it as well. I just slightly disturbed by that one.
Look, can I draw a line in the sand here? I feel like for years, like someone who's like very, very like egregiously unfunny will like come up to me like, "Hey, you ever heard of the Frosty Bob?" I'm like, "No, tell me what a Frosty Bob is." And it's like, "Oh, well, you get the hot sauce and then you punch somebody and it's like all of these things have nothing to do with intercourse."
Right, of course, yeah.
Like it's never like, "Oh, you heard that sex move, the Frosty Bob with the hot sauce and the violence. Like there's never any.
I was gonna say it's just violence. There's all they're just
Never
describing
any,
is
there's
violence.
never any gratification. There's
Yeah.
never any sort of like, yeah, it's just like being a dick. Like honestly, it's I guess one of those rowdies hypothetical sex moves are just, it's just being a menace. Honestly,
It's like, you ever heard of a
Half
Fangle
of
Dingle?
them-
It's where you just eat increasingly hotter and hotter wings, and then people ask you questions, and you're like, you're
Dude,
just
yeah, like
describing hot
that-
ones.
that's what
Yeah.
gets me going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
I'm
point
gonna
out
get
real
that
quick.
hot sauce.
I want to point out real quick. The more I'm reading on this guy, the funnier it gets, and
Is it really?
I can't
Oh.
turn away from it. So look, it says at night SCP-7011 will appear at the end of your bed to stimulate your feet by tickling them, licking them,
Oh.
caressing them,
Oh.
or in some rare instances, eating them.
Okay, well, please don't eat my
You
feet.
usually have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta pay. How much you gotta pay for them to eat your feet?
yeah.
Them my
And
feet.
see,
We're just
Okay,
for science. We
exactly.
just need to know.
and see,
That's no jam.
back whenever I was 3 and 4 years old, like that was a different time. If an adult did that, there's like, what a prankster, what a jokester, what a maroon, and like they didn't go to jail.
Oh my God!
It's so
the
funny.
comments are worse. Oh Jesus!
Tell us about the people that
The
have
co-
experienced it. I need to
The
hear. from
comments
survivors.
say this actually happened to a buddy of mine. Enough
Of course it
said.
did.
Me,
Okay.
yeah.
This type of shit posting we need in a subreddit, and I'm enjoying it. There's a reason CTAs check our feet before lights out.
Good Lord.
Ooh, Brandon,
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
got that Mississippi tickler energy.
Shit, don't tell me that.
You can't tell, but he's being attacked right now.
What'd you
Right
unleash upon the
now.
world, Brandon?
What's my what?
What did you unleash upon the world?
Clearly, something that can never be taken back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That's what happens when you put it out there into the universe. You
Yeah.
can't suck it back in.
So okay, so to tie things up,
Uh
I do believe in the Mississippi tickler.
Okay, that's the
huh.
one.
Okay.
I'm glad that we could make this journey.
There you.
It took a while to get there, but we got there.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
walked a long journey, but man, the destination, totally worth it.
Absolutely.
That was my fault. I sent everybody a picture of the tickler. They have a picture on subreddit.
Oh, I haven't looked at
You
that.
got
Yeah,
a picture
picture.
of the
Oh,
actual guy. I
Lord.
can't do it.
Yeah, no, it looks like they just put like a shadow underneath the bed.
Oh, what the hell?
And like
Oh,
and the reason why he's underneath that bed is because his main thing is Army, Air Force, Marines, pretty much the military. That's
Yeah,
his main
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering who was tickling my
Hey,
feet.
hey, he's got a thing for a man in uniform, okay?
I
Look,
mean, no judgment.
you know, hey,
I was expecting it to be some dude.
Yeah, just some guy just like I
this
got
is
you.
Shadow.
Here's the thing about me. I will kink shame until the day I die. So yeah, that guy needs to cut it out.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
needs-
I was 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
Dude,
he ought not do that.
no, he really shouldn't. He's bad.
Oh, yeah.
SCP should do their jobs and contain their people.
That's right. That's a
yeah.
bad,
what it
bad
is.
man right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just now noticing that you have changed your name.
Oh,
It's
well,
a squawk. Yeah, yeah.
no, I didn't change it. Tank changed it.
Oh, I see.
I'm just
It's
here,
all in
bro.
good fun.
I'm just here.
I do it every once in a while. Almost.
And like the bad part is I don't notice until like you say something about it
Yeah.
or I say something.
Oh, I
about
noticed it when it first happened. I didn't say
And you were
anything. I
just
thought
gonna
you
let it be, huh?
did. Yeah.
I
was gonna
noticed
let
it,
go.
but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I thought you
Aw.
did.
I thought we were cool. What
I-
happened?
We're pretty cool.
I thought you. I thought you had done it. I thought you were in on
Yeah, I
the
thought
joke.
you had
so.
done it.
That was
Yeah.
the asshole right
On
there.
that
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
way.
you got it. You got to
Yeah.
figure it out. Yeah, indeed.
I claim Brandon as my friend because he's the only one that told me.
Yeah.
I like that.
but I can't claim him too close of a friend because then the tickler will come after me.
Yeah,
That is
true.
true.
It's,
Yeah.
I think he,
That
I
works.
think he has like a friends and family kind of plan. So
Gets that discount.
yeah, you know, buy one
Everybody-
get one half off.
Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick,
Okay.
and don't take any offense, Brandon, but I'm gonna say it.
So
Grant, you remind me of like without the beard right now. You
Uh-huh.
remind me of like a Leon Kennedy
Yeah. I can see that.
with the coat on.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now, so I can feel. I can
compare.
fully take this in.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
At least he didn't call you Ricky Gervais.
Oh yeah, with the yeah, that's true.
I
No,
can-
Kevin Nash said I look like Ricky Gervais. So
I can see that.
you know, that was the thing that he said, and I don't know. I think that's funny, to be honest with you. You know, and the next day I went and said, hey, I said, you know, to him, and I said I figured I'd send Emmy Award winner Ricky Gervais over to your table to say hey one more time. So you know, yeah, that is the jacket that he wore in Resident Evil 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jacket pulls it off.
Unfortunately, like who here has like played to the end of Resident Evil 4?
Oh,
Yeah.
like when it was new.
Yeah. So if you don't remember, like the end is like just the most egregious trope of like the pious Japanese male. You know, like he saves the girl, and like the president's starting like, "Hey, you want to like make out or something?" And he's basically like, "What? Make out with a girl? That's gay? No way!" And, that's like any sort of like successful like male in Japanese media. It's like, no, what? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't come here for that.
No.
I came here for
glory.
shooting and
Yeah,
killing zombies.
That's right.
What
Yeah.
I came here for. And Brandon kind of reminds me, not look wise, but I guess attitude wise, he reminds me of Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I can go with
100%.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do any sort of impression at all, but yeah.
he does.
I
Yeah, he
can
does
get
wear
that.
the glasses. You know, the tallness and the you
Well,
know,
it was
the
like
speaking with the hands. I think
yeah,
we got some
speaking with the
speaking.
hands
Yeah.
and
Now that I am not a bozo, like just holding a snowball up to myself, I don't
He's
know
way
what to
more-
do with these.
He's way more mobile now. Yeah.
yeah.
He was like, you know what? I can just put this mic way over here.
Well, I
and
mean,
be
what
fine."
made me think of Jeff Goldblum it was this. he he was like moving with his hands, and he's like, "Well, let me tell you, get this. But one time I did this, but listen, get this." And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like, that's Jeff. That's 100% Jeff Goldblum.
There's a lot less cool people you could remind someone of than Jeff Goldblum.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
Moonbeam, you didn't get a compare. A
I
celebrity.
know it, right? I'm just waiting to
Or
be
a
like,
fictional
you know,
character
you
for
remind
Hatch.
me of. You ever seen Cry Baby? You remind me of Ricky Lake. My whole life.
There's now
Wait, who
never
you
Who
been
she reminds
compared
you
to?
of, Jay?
Wait,
There's
who have you been compared to?
Oh, Ricky Lake.
You have. Oh wait, have you all not seen Crybaby?
Yeah,
Oh,
Crybaby.
Johnny
What's
Depp
Ricky
movie.
Lake?
I know
Oh, yeah,
Crybaby.
no,
I've
got
never
Ricky
seen it.
Lake.
Oh, Jay, you gotta
My
watch it, my friend.
whole
It's
life.
good. It's a fun time.
I get Ricky Lake, I get Janine Garofalo, and I get
Janine Garofalo is just because you have dark hair and glasses. That's
that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know.
But if you didn't
Um,
have
Oh,
glasses,
and no, and I get Delta Burke
Okay.
sometimes. But you know, it's late in the evening, so I've already surpassed my sweet voice. It's gone.
Yes.
You're getting the bottom of the barrel voice.
Yeah.
Y'all getting to
Early
shut
in the
the
morning,
fuck up.
I'm
Yeah.
We
it's
talk
live.
about that on this week's episode of the Humble Show, as a matter of fact, the bottom of the barrel voice, the one
Yeah,
dropping on
sorry.
Wednesday the 7th. So, if you want to hear more about that conversation, we do have that in the mix. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm still recovering from having strep and the flu at the same time. So
Yeah,
Jesus.
that was like
that
2 weeks ago, but you can
sucks,
still
dude.
hear
The stew, as Moonbeam
Wow.
put it.
Yeah, the stew.
the stew. Yeah. Mhm.
What about
It's fun
Abby?
stuff.
Could y'all see her as Abby? I could see her as Abby.
Abby.
Like
From,
Dear Abby.
Abby
no,
Normal?
No,
The
from,
CIS?
yeah, CIS.
Oh, I never.
NCIS.
Oh no.
No? I mean, you got
No.
shorter hair, but I could see that. No?
It's just the dark hair again. No
It's
pigtails,
just
no
like,
bangs. You don't have the
Okay.
bangs. You know, if she had the bangs,
Yeah.
it might be
Yeah.
more of a thing. But you know,
I
and a
mean,
penchant for chokers.
yeah,
If you had
Yeah.
that, maybe you'd have that going for you.
yeah, and I think my whole goth thing is more subdued.
Yeah, yeah. These days, at least, maybe not.
Oh no,
extra-
not back in the day.
Yeah, look, man.
Back in the day.
Look, man. I was a long-haired scene kid. I can't really say a lot of anything about it.
Yeah.
So Brandon used to be there too.
Yeah. It wasn't really a scene kid. I was just I smoked a lot of reefer.
Yeah.
But,
He was a hippie.
It wasn't so much it was one thing or the other. He was just high all the time.
yeah. For at least a few years.
He's like, Brandon's like, dude, if we walk up the stairs, we could never walk backwards.
How can our eyes be real if mirrors are real?
Yeah.
Whatever that kid said.
What was it? Was it? Oh gosh.
It was Will Smith's
It was
kid.
Will Smith's kid. What his name is? Whatever his name
I
is.
don't know. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's why that's why I'm glad we didn't have Twitter whenever I was a teenager.
Yeah.
At least not at that level, because I would have said some real dumb stuff on the internet. I know I
Oh
would have.
man,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so glad that I didn't have the internet.
Look, we say dumb stuff now on the internet.
Well, we're doing it now, but it could have been way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was.
How can you be lost if you've never been found?
No.
Mm,
There we go.
How
That's
could
it right
you?
there, man.
How could people describe what the first word sounded like when it was only the first word? So they couldn't describe what that word was.
That's true. It's
Right,
like we just
I
made it
feel like
all up.
I feel like people just try to imitate it.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know, it just happened.
Like if someone says, "Hey, you're so well spoken," it's like, that's not really a compliment. I mean, we made up all the words. It's not like they're not. Language changes all the time. It's just what it does.
You're so articulate.
Yeah.
That's something that I've never heard. No one's ever told me.
No one's ever been like, "Wow, you are very articulate. You are."
Yeah, nobody's ever been like, God, you spell things so good and say things so good.
No one's ever. No one's ever said that to me specifically, but they're like, you don't sound like you're from the South.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I've never
My
done
bad.
that either.
They're like, you talk like a Yankee. That's what I hear.
Yeah. I guess
Anytime I got told that when I lived up north, that's when I'd bust out the, well, let me tell you now, son, we get desperate on that now.
Start doing your best farmer friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
They'd
lay
be
a
like, what the
farmer friend
hell?
on him, and then there's no
I'm
question
trying to
about
get there for you.
Yeah.
All I would have to say when I stayed in Pennsylvania, I would just have to say y'all, and they would be like, "What?" I was like, "Y'all."
I don't know, man. Look, here's the deal.
No.
Pennsylvania's got rednecks. So
yeah, you should. Dude, every
yeah.
state has their rednecks, but no, you were in Pennsylvania. You should have said yins.
Yins?
Yins. YINS.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing as y'all, or?
Yeah, so like you have you all like in the north, then you have y'all in the south, and then you go up to Pennsylvania, and they have yins.
Really?
YINS.
My friends from Pennsylvania say use.
Use?
Yeah, use.
What you doing there?
Use guys.
Use guys.
Well, they can have that. I don't care for that.
Utes.
Utes.
What is it?
Most days I want to watch My Cousin Vinny instead of what I'm doing.
I fail that, so I love My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a flat question. Like, I may get some flack from this. What is a movie you guys hate? I would start off. I hate The Godfather. I can't get into him, and I am sorry. I just could not get into him. I've watched all of them. It was not enjoyable for me.
Gosh, a movie I hate. See, I could see not liking The Godfather though, because it is a movie that you kind of have to like. You have to be in the right mood to watch it. You know what I mean? You can't just put it on at any point in time.
I don't think I've ever been in the mood to watch the third one again.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You could take or leave the third one. Second one, fantastic. Jay, have you ever just tried to watch the second one?
Not just by itself. I
I
told myself I got to watch all of them.
That might be
stands alone.
that might be the way to do it though. Just watch the second one then.
Call it good.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know. See, it's hard. Like I try not to be too hard on movies in general because it's like, if I just if I'm going to sit down and watch a movie, it's like I got a couple hours to kill. I'm going to,
Yeah.
kill that time some way or another. But there are some really bad ones that just don't add any value to anybody's life at all, even from an entertainment perspective. So I'm going to think about it. Tank, do you have a thought while I'm thinking on mine? Because I don't know.
There is no live action in Bossing Say.
There's what?
There is no live action in Bossing Say.
The Last Airbender, the live
That-
action.
Oh
they
my gosh!
can't- Oh,
Oh, okay.
when Avatar: The Last Airbender came out, the series, I fell in love with that, and I loved Legend of Korra. Well, they came out with The Last Airbender, the first live action. That is the only movie that I've walked out on willingly.
And you just left. You left the theater. Yeah.
Like maybe 20 minutes in, just
Yeah.
dipped. Because I'm such a huge fan of the series.
Yeah.
And when I sat down to watch it, I got my hopes up. It's like, awesome, they're gonna bring this out. It's gonna be a good one. Hell yeah. Yeah. It took 30 minutes of dancing to bend one flame. The flame had to be a fire that was already there. They pronounced the names wrong.
Just got it wrong.
Like, you've got the source material right there.
It was Aang, but in the movie it was Ong, and it was just like
I'm cool if you do like subtle changes. That's fine. But if you're changing a lot of crap for no reason,
Right.
I have problems.
Yeah, like some movies will change things from the source material because it just makes sense to do it for a movie. If you're trying to fit everything into like a 90-minute, 2-hour story, but that isn't necessarily the case. Like I'll say an easy one I think to say would be Batman versus Superman, right? Dawn of Justice, because that there's one for me. That's an easy one, but and my thing about that movie in particular is you can be a good movie, you can be a bad movie, but you can't really be a boring movie. And I was just not invested in it whatsoever, and I was just bored by it the whole time. So. I think that's in entertainment, in the world of entertainment, that's the worst thing you can be is boring. You can be bad before you can be boring, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's like Pattinson's Batman movie. If you look at it as a Batman movie, it's not that great. But if you look at it as a detective movie, as a detective movie, it's really good. It's
True
just
enough.
a detective cosplaying as Batman.
Yeah.
Moonbeam, I think you probably have a lot of movies that you just hate.
Man, I do. I'm
strong
sitting
opinions
here
on it.
trying to rack my brain, trying to think about narrowing it
Like,
down
the hard problem you're having right now is just finding just one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
one
I walked.
She's like,
I
I've
walked
got
out
a
of.
list.
I walked out of Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was
because
that?
it came out the same year as Wayne's World 2.
Okay.
And I wanted to go see Wayne's World 2, and my cousin was like, I saw it last week. We're gonna go watch Gettysburg. And I was so bored.
And you're like, I could have seen Wayne's World too.
Because that's a good, substitute. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't love that. I don't love Braveheart. I don't love anything that comes in two VHS tapes long.
Yeah.
Titanic.
That was
Titanic might be
as
it.
hell.
I didn't like Excalibur. Like Camelot. Like
I don't think a lot of people talk about that one in particular.
I don't like really long movies.
I don't think people talk about Gettysburg in general that much. You know what I mean?
Because nobody gives a shit. Because listen,
you know what?
It's because they're anything with an intermission where it's like, a child sitting in the theater having to learn something on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, the only Tom Berenger movie you need to be worried about is The Substitute, and that's it.
Tom Berenger in Gettysburg? I feel like I feel like there was a lot of stars in there that I didn't care about. But no, Tom Berenger, Major League.
Yeah.
Friggin'
that's true. Major League. I'll give you Major League. Yeah. Platoon. He's been great stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Brandon?
I've got a lot of movies I didn't love.
So I hope I don't cheat by doing this, but I have, and I know I could probably, if I prepared for this, I'd probably have a better choice, but I have like a top 3.
Okay.
So and Moonbeam and I and a handful of others watched this a few weeks back. That new Exorcist movie, Oh my god.
That bad?
It's just
Well, it ain't
misses the point completely. Like it offers nothing that you don't have to be loyal and faithful in your sequel. You can choose to do whatever you want, and they made the most boring, not the most boring, but like just an insanely boring, no scares, no, you're not interested in the characters. They don't act like people. Everything's like there's like this big, like, before they do the big Exorcist movie, like all the neighbors and like everybody, like all the tangential characters come together, like they basically like have a big baseball pep talk. Like, I know our daughters are, they're haunted as shit right now. They got the fucking devil in them. But you know what? Hands in, guys. We got this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teamwork on three.
Was that a
Totally,
streamer?
it is a nightmare. Like in like the way that they film the scenes, everything's too bright. The Moonbeam, hear me out. The audio mixing, was dog shit. No one
It was
cared.
terrible.
They're like, you know what? We spent, because like the budget of the movie was like like 80 or 90 million, which is a lot, but like,
You know
whatever.
what I could do with $90 million?
The studio spent like $100 and something million getting the rights to The Exorcist. Anyway, I'm going too far for number 3. Number two might be a movie that not everybody remembers, but I sure do, and I'm never going to see it again. Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Wild Hogs.
I remember it.
I loved it.
I think Wild Hogs came out in 2007,
2014.
Mid 2000s, mid to late 2000s. Yeah.
No. It came out like 2006 or 2007.
So 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
07.
Peak me having just infantile humor. And let me tell you, when's the last time everybody's seen Wild Hogs?
I saw it a couple
when it
of
was
months
new.
ago.
When it came out.
Yeah.
It's been years.
I
Let
will
me-
watch
let
it
me-
whenever it's on.
Let me remind you guys. Let me give you a little pace by pace. Gay joke. Gay joke. Oh, these guys are straight, but they're in a gay situation. Gay joke. Gay joke. That man's naked in a river, and the rest of the other guys are naked, but this guy's gay, so they're very uncomfortable. They're all going to get out and no longer be naked. Gay joke. Gay joke. Oh, look, they're going to get on their motorcycles and start the movie. Gay joke.
Yeah, there it is.
It is
I don't guess I even noticed any gay jokes.
It's the entire movie. It is the only punchline. There's one scene where Martin Lawrence like squirts like mustard and ketchup on people. I think that was the only not gay joke, but even that can be probably considered a gay joke.
Some way, shape, or form, someone can turn mustard and ketchup into
gay joke. Gay joke, just over and over. It's like even like 16-year-old me was like, well, yeah, I get it. So that's my number 2.
Okay. Well,
my number 1 is a little movie that nobody's seen other than me and like 2 of my friends. It is a movie called Mama's Foot. Mama's Foot is a movie about 2 brothers who their mom has a bad foot disease, and they have
the one that came out in 2005.
That sounds about right. The cover looks real gross, but it looks a lot better than the movie.
Bigfoot got the twins behind her with Mama's Bigfoot. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yep, and so they're twins. So these twins have I think it's like 72 hours to make $1,000 because foot procedures cost $1,000. 72 hours to make $1,000 for Mama's foot operation, and in the end, they do it by securing a a recording contract for his hip hop project. I love movies that might be considered by some to be lowbrow, and but like, it was clear that the budget wasn't there. It was clear that the talent wasn't there. And the thing is, like you said, Grant, the most egregious thing that you can do is be boring. I think that movie is only like 75, 80 minutes long. And within at the 60-minute mark, it was painful. Like, you go into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be a certified hood classic.
Yeah.
And it's just bad. Like, the acting is bad. No one cares. And I don't know why the movie was. You would think a movie with such an outlandish plot, we got to save Mama's foot, and Mama's foot looks real gross. Ooh, you would think that they would have fun with it. It's not fun. It's not. There's like, you can't.
No one's having a good time.
One character in that movie, Super Crip. I remember Super Crip being funny because they just dubbed over him the entire time for some reason. Like, there's so many reasons. There's so many things in that movie that I cannot make sense of.
To put this in perspective, I'm looking at the IMDb page. None of the actors in the movie have a profile photo.
No, absolutely.
They are all blank. Yeah.
And
because they don't want you to know they were in it.
No,
that's like Manos, the Hands of Fate. You know,
it's
like those people kill themselves.
Yeah, they all did, and as should have everybody in Mama's Foot. I did
not know. I did not know that bit of trivia about it. Maybe I did.
But yeah, Mama's Foot is the worst. Like, I've seen bad movies, but you know what? You can point like, hey, the cinematography was really great. That was a good movie to look at. Hey, that person gave a really wacky performance. I'll always remember it. That was worth my time. Mama's Foot. Oh my God. You could not pay me to see that movie again.
All right. You know, all I'm going to say is everybody has a price, Brandon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
you wouldn't do it for like $750. I mean, it would have to be like.
It had to be a high dollar.
Yeah, like 20 and up.
20. Honestly, like, here's my price. I would probably not see that movie again for below $800. And I mean that.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah. All right.
No, I mean, I get that.
I could tell you guys one movie that I walked out on was like, literally, I sat paid for my ticket, sat in the theater, and then 30 minutes maybe, I walked out. And that was called The Happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
A whole lot of M. Night Shyamalan.
That was so dumb. Which oddly enough, the guy that made that also made The Last Airbender.
Right, M. Night Shyamalan.
That's true.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I thought I liked The Happening.
It was so boring. It was like, oh my God, we don't know what's killing us. I know what's killing us. The grass.
That's the one with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
Marky Mark.
I'm gonna talk
always
about
feel
one
like
that
he's
I
joking.
enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
From my understanding, that was an instance of the director's vision not really landing. In interviews, M. Night Shyamalan has said that like he wanted it to be like one of those late 50s, early 60s like creature feature sort of films, and like kind of that be a lampoon of that. That's why a lot of the acting, like you're trying to kill me. What? No. Like that's why you get a lot of the cheesy acting in it, but just not like, I think there were different visions with people that were involved, and so the cheesiness didn't really come around, and like there was really like some overt gory violence in places that
that's one of those things you got to go all in on or it's not going to work.
I think that there was a lot of undermining going on that production, and that's why it came out the way it did.
Chances are, man. I liked it.
Well, there's a new Last Airbender movie coming out on pretty soon. So,
you talking about
series,
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you'll know it'll be a humdinger.
No, it didn't do okay-ish enough, you know.
The creators had a hand in it at first, and then there were creative differences, so they left.
No.
I've been hearing a lot of.
Sounds about like Netflix.
So we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Cause I'm ready to go eat a little bit more because I'm fat and
There you
know, yeah. I want you guys to shout out your guys' socials real quick. That way people can follow you guys, check you guys out.
Yeah, for sure. We are the Humbl Show. Humbl is spelled HUMBL3 Show, and you can find us at that tag on Instagram and on TikTok, and also on YouTube as well, and the pod players too. So, however you want to consume the Humbl Show, you can do that. And then you can find me on the gram at Grant L. Fletcher, and then whomever else wants to jump in on that. Of course, also don't forget Louisiana Comic-Con coming up March 9th and 10th, the Cajun Dome in Lafayette. You can find Louisiana Comic-Con out there in the socials at that name as well.
Look forward to it.
Anybody else?
Come see me on the main stage and Brandon at the merch booth.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see Moonbeam. He's gonna be hiding.
Yeah. If you try to look me up on social, look me up by my full name, Bright and Bad Breadlano. You'll find me instantly. And don't look for any other name. Don't look for any other name.
You'll never find it.
That makes me want to look for other names.
Brandon doesn't even tell his coworkers what he does.
No, absolutely not. They will never know what I do.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Brandon's he's a secretive guy. But I'm on Instagram if you like to look at pictures of other people's kids and the occasional painting of boobs and baby carriages and butts. Go there. It's Moonbeam Hallows on Instagram at Instagram. And then of course we've got Humbl Enterprises has a Instagram and TikTok and
everything.
Facebook.
Yeah. Moonbeam has a very
BL3ENT.
fun, distinctive style of artwork. So if you want to check that out, make sure you do.
Yeah. But I mean I can paint other stuff. I got commissioned today to do a portrait of a baseball player.
Nice.
King Griffey Jr.
Everybody's favorite. He had a great Nintendo 64 game back in the day.
No, what didn't have a good game back in the day?
What was that?
E.T.
No, that was the one.
we don't talk about that one.
Yeah.
Well, you guys,
lost leader, as they say.
Lion King.
Like that is a bad.
I
Those
played
are
a lot
tough.
of the
Those are
Lion
tough
King on the Genesis.
Well, you guys know where to find us. Obviously, you're here listening to us. So, Hesitation Station on. Wait, this way. Yeah, that way. On Apple Podcasts, Facebook, TikTok, all that on the gram. We're all there. We have link trees. All you had to do is follow us, and then we will be greatly appreciative. Make sure to see us all. Everybody on this screen will be at Louisiana Comic-Con. We hope to see you there, and we hope that you come and say hi to us. So, yeah. All right, guys. I hope y'all guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a blast. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for
having
having
us
us.
Fun. It was a
I think
good
this is
time.
the most people we've had on at once.
Yeah, we usually have on like maybe me, him, and then one other person.
We proved it can be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
StreamYard can handle it.
They said they couldn't,
Victory!
but we showed them wrong.
All right, guys. Till next time. See you next episode. Peace out.
Bye.
Deuces.
And
Attention passengers, this is your conductor speaking. We are departing the Hesitation Station. Please stand clear of the closing doors.